Lord Jesus Christ, and welcome to St. Cyril Methodius Orthodox Church in Madison, Wisconsin. I'm Father Gregory, the pastor. It's good to be with you this afternoon on this, the 23rd of October, Saturday afternoon, about 4:30 here in Mad City. And we're going to have Vespers in about 30 minutes, but I thought I'd just speak a little bit before that happened. And I wanted to talk to you about making mistakes. You've heard the phrase, learn from your mistakes. I don't like that phrase. Before I explain why I don't like that phrase and what I think we should be doing instead, let me ask you, if you're watching this on YouTube, to please consider subscribing to our channel. If you're watching this either on my personal Facebook page or on the parish Facebook page, St. Cyril Methodius Ukrainian Orthodox Mission, if you'd give us a like and maybe consider sharing the video with other people just to sort of spread the word. Well, like I said, we hear the phrase a lot, learn from your mistakes. You know, as I've thought about that over the years, I realized that, in fact, I don't learn from my mistakes. I learn I'm mistaken. I learn because I know the truth, a truth about which a moment ago I was maybe unclear. When we make a mistake, we think what we're doing is the morally right thing or the factually correct thing. We don't learn from this. What we learn from is learning that we're mistaken. In other words, we see the truth of what's going on, and that's what we learn from. Now, that doesn't mean that there is a sense that there's absolutely no sense in which I can learn from my mistakes. I can certainly learn that I'm mistaken. I can learn that I'm fallible, and hopefully that should foster in me a sense of humility about my own limitations, but also a sense of compassion and sympathy for my neighbor, a willingness to extend grace and consideration to others. If that's what we mean by learning from our mistakes, I'm all in favor of it. Learning that I'm fallible, learning that I'm mistaken, turning that into a source of humility and compassion is a great idea. But before I can do that, I need to learn that I'm mistaken. I need to learn what is the truth about which I have been unclear. We learn only by coming to know the truth. Whether that truth is something as minor as the dimensions of a piece of wood that I'm cutting, or some grand truth about God, or some intermediary truth about human society, my neighbor, myself, I need to see the truth. And I need to accept that truth. And that's very hard. We live now in a time in which, I don't want to say unprecedented, but certainly there does seem to be this assault against the very epistemological foundations of the truth. That we say that it's impossible to know what's true because that truth has been obscured or is by politics or by desire for power or wealth, or maybe there's something within us that keeps us from seeing the truth, that we're only speaking about our own idiosyncratic concerns. That's not helpful. That kind of radical skepticism is really something very different than the intellectual humility that I was speaking about a moment ago. I need to be aware of how hard it is for me to know the truth, not because the truth can't be known, but because I don't want to know it. I don't want to know the truth. I want my own opinions to be ratified. I want my own position to be made comfortable. I don't want to know the truth. That's what I have to get over, my desire to not know the truth. In the tradition of the Orthodox Church, one of the primary ways in which we overcome, in which I overcome my desire to not know the truth, is by going to confession, by standing before Christ in the presence of the priest and confessing, acknowledging with specificity my own moral failings, my own sinfulness. This is the only way in which I can come to know the truth. This is the only way I can come to learn from my mistakes, by acknowledging my own sinfulness. Well, it's 20 till 5, and I've got to get ready for Vespers. Good to spend some time with you this afternoon. I hope that you'll be able to join us tomorrow here in Madison for liturgy, 9:30 at 1020 Regent Street. If you're not able to be with us here tomorrow, hopefully you'll be able to get to church liturgy where you live. If you're not an Orthodox Christian, hey, why don't you think about becoming Orthodox? Or at least why don't you think about seeing what we're about, who we are. So especially if you've liked these videos, I think it might be worth your time just to inquire. So anyway, I've got to go. And thanks for spending time with me. God bless everyone. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye.